Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're stepping back in time to November 19th, 1863. The place is Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, a town still echoing with the sounds of a battle that had ended just 4 months earlier. The nation is torn apart by the Civil War, and President Abraham Lincoln is about to deliver a speech. He wasn't even the main event, but what he said that day would become one of the most powerful and enduring speeches in history. The Gettysburg Address. Now, picture this. Thousands of people have gathered to dedicate a national cemetery for the soldiers who fell in the battle. The main speaker, a famous orator named Edward Everett, has just finished a 2-hour-long speech. Then Lincoln, a tall, somber figure, steps up. He holds just a few notes in his hand. The crowd probably expects another long, formal speech. But Lincoln does something completely different. In just 272 words, and under 3 minutes, he redefines the very purpose of the war. He starts with that iconic line, "For 7 years ago our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal." He's not just talking about the past. He's connecting the founding principles of 1776 to the present crisis. He's saying, this is what we're fighting for, this is what's at stake. He honors the soldiers not just with words, but by saying that their actions speak louder than anything anyone could say. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. He argues that the best way to honor their sacrifice is not through speeches or monuments, but by dedicating themselves to finishing the work the soldiers started. This is the turning point of the address. It's a call to action, and this is where Lincoln delivers his masterstroke. He urges the living to take up the great task remaining before us, to ensure that these dead shall not have died in vain. He's shifting the focus from mourning the past to fighting for the future. He reframes the war not just as a fight to preserve the Union, but as a struggle for a new birth of freedom. This was a revolutionary idea. It expanded the war's purpose beyond simple reunification to include the promise of equality and liberty for all. He concludes with a vision that resonates even today, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. With these simple, powerful words, he defines democracy for generations to come. He's telling the American people and the world that this isn't just a war between states. It's a test of whether a nation founded on the principles of popular sovereignty and individual freedom can actually survive. The immediate reaction was mixed. Some papers barely mentioned it. Even Lincoln himself reportedly felt it was a flat failure, but history has proven him wrong. The Gettysburg Address is a masterpiece of rhetoric. It's concise, it's poetic, and it's profoundly moving. It took a moment of immense national grief and transformed it into a source of inspiration and renewed purpose. It reminds us that freedom isn't free and that every generation has a role to play in upholding the ideals of democracy. So, the next time you hear those famous words, remember the context. Remember the somber president, the grieving nation, and the simple but powerful message of hope. And resolve that he delivered on that hallowed ground. It's a speech that belongs not just to America, but to everyone who believes in the power of the people. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this interesting, please hit that like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into history. Let me know in the comments what historical speech you'd like me to cover next. See you in the next video.